What's up, y'all? This is Angela.
Hey, and it's Darrea.
And this is Where Are My Keys?
Where they at, y'all?
You know what it is. All right, so last time we were talking about if men and women can be friends. Mm-hmm. So I guess we kind of came to the conclusion that it is just a matter of preference. As long as you keep those boundaries established and those expectations clearly defined, it should not be an issue.
Yeah, we can have platonic friendships.
Yeah, why not?
Y'all agree?
Comment, let us know. All right.
So for this episode, we are going to discuss the keys to using friendships to improve the quality of life. Y'all like that?
Yeah. So, you really don't understand or appreciate how important friendships are when you are younger, because you haven't gone through it yet. Mm-hmm. You know, no, you haven't had those experiences yet.
I feel like everybody's your friend. Like, yes, because my kiddos will come home and be like, yeah, my bestie so-and-so, and I'm thinking like, who is this? You were talking about them last year, last week, and now, it's somebody else. So, and I be telling them, like, everybody's not your friend. Like, you should have a point. I'm trying to get them to understand the difference, because in the next breath, they're complaining that somebody said or did something. And so here we are. So I'm trying to get them to understand, like, but again, like, we're innocent as kids. So yes, everybody is a friend. Yeah. And that's probably really good, and maybe a good thing to kind of even take into adulthood. Yeah. So that we don't have those walls and those boundaries built up. Because we, as adults, listen, we always unpacking other things as we're talking about something else. But as adults, we always have a wall up, because we want to know, like, oh, well, what's their thing? Like, what do they want from me? Why do they want to be their friend? I'm doing this, so that's why they want to, you know what I mean? So maybe we need to keep that innocent, kid-like spirit when we're trying to develop new friendships.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that is... Yeah.
Epiphany.
Yes. Oh my God. That is profound.
I didn't even think about that. But yes, thinking about that now and trying to, like you said, just kind of establish some things with new people. And we wonder why there's a wall, or there's, no growth in that. And it's because, again, like I said, we're not thinking that everybody's your friend. Like, imagine if we went into that thinking like, oh, this person is a friend. They don't want anything from me.
But we really should be going into it with, I was about to say guilty until proven innocent. But no, just opposite.
Yeah, all the time. All the time.
Everybody comes in with this clean slate.
Yeah, let's challenge.
Challenge.
We like challenges here.
Oh my goodness, that is amazing. Put that on a t-shirt.
I like it. Yeah.
But so initially, we were thinking about how a healthy, nurturing friendship is beneficial to other aspects of your life. So, like your health.
In your career.
Yeah. And how therapeutic it is when you have those girlfriends, so you can have a glass of wine, or you can go grab a bite to eat and just be yourself, relax your shoulders.
Yes. Take off the hats that you carry, mom, wife, employee, entrepreneur, podcast host.
Child. Girl, I'm exhausted.
To name a few.
Yeah, just a few of the things that we are expected to do on a consistent basis. And we really can't fumble. We're not allowed the space to fumble or to make a mistake. You know what I'm saying? We are accountable for a lot of people. Yeah. Okay? So it's very important that we have those friendships that we can lean into when we need a break. Yeah. And a lot of times we don't take that break, and we don't allow ourselves the space. We're not creating those boundaries so that we don't run ourselves ragged into the ground.
And we talked a little bit about this in episode 1, talking about, how you lose yourself within like kind of, basically in a marriage, or being a mom or something like that, because you're so focused and zoned in on nurturing those relationships that you let some of your other, relationships go by the wayside, and then you kind of lose yourself in just being those things. Yeah. And so the older that you get, the older that your children get, the more time that you've had to establish a foundation with your spouse, I think you begin to see the value in having things outside of the home, because you need a mental break. You need, like you said, to be able to just kind of relieve some things in a circle of people that, again, you know, will not take your business and, you know, take it somewhere else.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so very healthy in that aspect.
Yeah, so there's the health aspect. So we were talking offline about weight loss in particular.
Because women, we always.
Yeah, because again, you're taking care of everybody else, but you have neglected yourself. You don't take your walks. You're not going to the gym. You're eating. The kids won't eat their food. So guilty here. This is full disclosure.
Tell us about it.
Okay, so my kids, being kids, they always wasn't like what I prepared. I'm not a terrible cook, okay? Let's not assume.
Kids are picky eaters.
Yeah. All right, so I would eat off their plates because I hate waste. Okay? So they had Weight Watchers at the job, so we could go. All right, so my work friend, we would kind of hold each other accountable for what we did and did not eat, okay? So I feel like there is definitely a benefit to having a friendship when it comes to being accountable and just having a different perspective on the behaviors that allow you to be unhealthy or self-sabotaging.
That's good. And you gotta you have to be able to take that too.
Ooh.
So if I'm gonna ask you to be my if I'm gonna ask you to be my accountability partner, and then, you know, we're checking in, hey girl, how'd it go? What you eat? What you do? Whatever. And then I tell you, you know, and then, you know, you kind of, you know, go in on me okay, make sure you whatever. Like, you can't be offended.
Right.
You gotta, you know, take that, you know, constructive criticism, I'll say. And hopefully the person is doing it in a nice manner. And I'm sure if they're your friend, they are. But you
Unless you're me.
But you have to be able to take that. You know?
For sure.
Yeah. So don't jump in and do that and talk about accountability partner, and then you have a problem with your accountability partner because she's holding you accountable. Like, don't do that.
Right.
But yeah, like in health, not just that, but just kind of being healthy in a mental place as well. Yeah. Because again, I think not just with women, men too, just life in general bogs down our mind because we're constantly thinking about things. You know, who got to go here, who got to get picked up, who got to get dropped off. You know, just everything. Work. Okay, did I finish this? I got to do this report on Monday. So we're just constantly got things going on. So you need a time to woosah.
Yes.
And you know, step away from reality for a second. And just kind of put those things on the back burner and focus on pouring into you or being poured into, you know, and pouring out if you need to. And so it's very important to have friends that you can do that with.
And then also, I heard an interview about how your attitude kind of pours into other aspects of your life. So if you don't have the opportunity to woosah and unpack and unwind, that bad attitude, exactly that part. Yeah. But you're angry, you're bitter. Me personally, so when my kids were little, I kind of became a little bit resentful because it felt like my husband was nurturing all these friendships.
Friendships outside of
the home. Okay, so our neighborhood was kind of tight knit. So he would go across the street, play poker, you know, hang out. Like, I knew where he was. So I didn't have a problem with any of that. But I didn't have friendships like that. Where we would hang out till midnight and stuff like that because everybody had kids and it was understood that the women folk would take care of the kids.
Right, that's right.
So at some point, I had a little tude.
Did you ever talk to your husband about that or no?
Yeah,
before your tude or after the tude?
It was after the tude.
Okay, so you had a tude.
Yeah. But to try to curb the tude, it's important that you establish those and maintain the friendships. Yeah. You know? Yeah. Because...
Did you resent your husband as well or just the kids?
Kind of both. Yeah. If I'm honest, it was both. Yeah. It was totally both.
Because he out here kicking it, living the life.
Yeah. And I'm like, Negro, because he used to say all the time, like, my friend, ... I was like, surely you cannot have that many friends, sir.
Ain't no way.
Again, everybody is not your friend. Right. But when he passed, it was like standing room only. I was like, I'll be damn. This dude did have
Todd made an impact.
Oh my word.
So yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah, all these quiet interactions he was having. And I'm like, man, that's the life I want. Yeah. When I pass away, I want people to have crazy stories about what I did, what I said, and to have a life like that. Yeah. Like, he didn't live very long. He was 36. So he didn't live long, but he kind of knew that he was living on borrowed time. So I think we all should be living like that.
Because we are all on borrowed time.
Yeah,
but we don't think about that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was somebody, and I don't know who they are. I feel like they were a rapper or something, passed away like recently. And like a few days before he passed, he said something to the effect of imagine treating everybody like it's the last time that you'll see them, or something to that effect. And then he passed away like so many days later, like not too long after that. So again, not knowing when his last, none of us know, you know what I mean? When we'll take our last breath. So imagine just living life, like you said, to that effect, to where, nobody, like at your funeral, they're having trouble to figure out what they need to say about you because you weren't, a good person, or weren't leaving an impact on something. Exactly. Like, there should be one person, if it's not the world, because we can't save the world, only Jesus can do that. But if you can just impact one person, like, let that be your focus. You know what I mean? Because some people, some people are nasty, and some people
for no reason.
Like, y'all need to figure that out. Like, why are you like that? But you need to me, honestly, be able to try to impact something, because somebody has made an impact on your life.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely,
that's good though. Yep.
But another thing, in hindsight, my husband left so many jewels. They were just over my head because I was just completely engulfed in the house and the kids and all these other things. That he left so many life hacks that I'm just now 8 years plus after the fact, that I'm still, that's the kind of life I want, that's the kind of legacy you want.
The Tide effect?
Yes, #Tide effect. But you want to have that kind of impact. And another reason why he was so successful at what it is, he was a web developer, self-taught no less. He did not go to school for this. He wasn't formally trained, but taught himself web development. But people were so impressed with his work ethic that not only did they want to be friends with him, but they want to do business with him.
That's good.
So imagine having the type of integrity and character traits that were so impressive that you just had to do business with someone.
Man, I need a mirror. Because I need to know, do I have that? You know what I mean? Yes. Like, that's good. That you are, like, you show yourself, so friendly, or that your integrity, like, and people, we say this all the time, like, integrity matters. So even if you're not, visible to somebody, that doesn't mean that nobody's watching, or you think you aren't visible. You know, understand what I'm saying? But people are always watching, ear hustling, listening, because for one, people want to see you fail. It just is what it is. But for two, like, you might be making an impact on their life. So they're secretly and quietly admiring you, and you want to give them things to admire you, about.
Absolutely.
And then the fact that these people wanted to create businesses with him, like, can we say network?
Yes.
Okay. So using your friendship, or, to, again, improve the quality of life, like, you can use those friendships, and not that, again, you go into use that or abuse that friendship because you know that they have something that you can network with, but just imagine being able to establish that and network with somebody, and have a friendship as well. Like, that's awesome.
And I think it's also cool. Okay, so we have a friend circle, class of 95 from Webster Groves, or 95, Lord have mercy, 97.
Like,
where'd that come from? Anywho, so
the best class ever.
Basically, that goes unsaid. But anywho, so it's very interesting that not only have we established this venture, but we have other classmates too that we consider friends that are also leveling up and trying to put other classmates on.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine having the reputation that not only do you want to maintain a decades old relationship, but you want to put your people on.
That's good. That's good. That's a wow factor, because not everybody has that either. You know what I mean? So like, to be able to be in that circle or amongst that, you know, group or that friendship, whatever it is to you, like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when you make it, here's another layer. When you make it, you're happy for them. You celebrate them. You cheer for them. Ain't nobody jealous. Ain't nobody jealous of nobody else that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
But everybody is very happy for everybody's successes.
Yeah. And I think, to me, again, that comes with maturity.
Yes. Yes.
And maybe the aging, like I said, the older you get, again, should be, for me, I know, the older I get, again, I said this before, the less time I have for drama. So I just try to not even be, you know, involved in anything messy or anything like that. And, you know, just trying to focus on being positive, you know, a positive person. And so, to me, that just comes with a level of maturity, because if you're immature, you know, you can easily look at what you don't have or what you have, that you're comparing to, and they tell us not to keep up with the Joneses, but we do. Yeah. And so that brings a level of jealousy. And I think that's what keeps people from being able to be happy for other people, because if you see somebody else prospering and your life doesn't look like it's doing anything, right, then you know, you're upset, and you're upset with yourself. But again, if you don't onto that individual or those people who are doing seemingly better than you, and then what you don't know is what they got going on in the background. Like, you know, it could be ha ha and hoo hoo and congratulations and whatever. I'm, you know, on the yacht. Kyle and Stephanie and Trill, next time we talked about this. We want to be on the yacht too, okay? Network. But anyway, I digress.
That's okay. We're gonna be on our own yacht. We're gonna send you in, but we're gonna include y'all.
We're gonna invite y'all. Love y'all. Yeah. But so you know, you looking at this person but not knowing that they're still fighting some battles. Like, we all have battles to fight. So just because, you know, they're winning in some areas of life, again, cheer them on, congratulate them, and then pray for them. Because you don't know what else that they're going through or what that success, you know, may bring along. So don't hate. Don't be don't add on to it. You know, pray for them.
But what about this? What if you ask, how did you do that? How can I add value to what you're doing? How can I be?
That's good. Like, so offering yourself as a service?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
Who's bold enough to do that? You do that? I knew she would.
This girl.
Y'all know I'm a little more reserved. I'm not gonna call myself a punk.
You're not a punk.
I'm not.
Right.
But I have actually. I'll say that I've been branching out. We had another conversation offline, talking about, like, I've never been a networker. Again, I told you I was introverted, you know, extroverted when I need to be. But it's been hard for me in the past to, like, talk to people that I didn't know, or start a conversation with people that I, you know, don't know. So random Facebook posts, I was looking for something, somebody commented on my post with the person who could help me, and then, you know, it went from there. So I'm proud of myself, because, again, still growing, still maturing, haven't made it, but that was a step for me to do that.
And you should be proud of that, because it's very easy to shrink back. Yeah. When we were designed to shine.
Oh, child. Ooh. I need therapy.
Oh, bars. We were designed to shine. I love it.
Get my Missy Elliott on.
So we have to be bold when we are in need of something, whether that's friendship, whether that's company, whether that's assistance. We need to be bold with it.
I like that.
I think so too.
Yeah. Don't shrink back. Yeah. And I feel like it goes back to our episode 1 and kind of like encompassing all of this. So if we are finding ourselves to be somebody who's trustworthy, somebody who is, not complacent and moving and doing, things like that, and we're establishing those friendships along the way, then to me that network kind of falls in place, because I'm going to call you if I know that I need a photographer, or if I know that I need a motivational speaker or a therapist, and we have a relationship. Guess who I'm gonna call first?
Yeah, for
you,
sure.
Your friend. I'm not gonna go outside. I want us to all go up together. When I go, you going too. You know what I mean? So if I know that you do something that is needy, I'm always gonna put you up in the forefront. And again, to me, that goes back to being a person of integrity. I'm not gonna call the person who deceitful. I can't roll with y'all. I'm not gonna call the negative Nancy's, because I don't want to refer you. And then you
raining on the parade, you dragging,
and they like, why would you refer that person? And then that'll mess up my relationship.
Amen.
So it just all kind of goes together, to me, in my opinion. To where we are now, as far as using those friendships to improve your quality of life.
Yeah, it's this artist I really enjoy. He's a rapper out of Vallejo, California, La Russell. And
Little Russell or
no,
La Russell?
Like in French.
Like French,
La
yeah.
Russell. What is that Spanish?
Nah.
La Russell.
Ooh la la. That's French. Oui. And then, it could be a little Spanish too.
All right, but he has this song called Baggage Claim. And on the single cover, he has these socks that say, on one sock it says, "We all cook," the other sock say, "We all eat." So I think those are words to live by. If we all are contributing, then we should all eat.
Absolutely.
We all gonna win.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right, La Russell.
Come on. Don't
like
get the bag. Man, that is a bop. I love it.
You know what? And just to even, because we talk about, again, like not hating, but like congratulating people. And I just really feel like if more people can kind of have that mentality, then we all can cook and eat, together. But again, a lot of people are, nope, this mine, and I'm gonna get mine, and you don't want to bring nobody up. And to me, that's especially, and I'm just gonna say it, in the Black community. I feel like if you look at other communities, I remember learning about like the nail shops, the Vietnamese mostly, right? You'll go in there, and I learned that like they have a pool of money. So you get your shop, you get started, but you got to come back and give back into that pool so that the next person can have their shop. So imagine if we didn't have the crab in the bucket, crab in the barrel mentality, and we could actually do those things like them. Like, we would be so much more,
Right, because it's not that we are not innovative, creative. We drive the culture. We create the culture
all the time.
But unfortunately, we don't. A lot of times, we, for lack of better words, we sell out. We at the first opportunity, we don't do what's advantageous for us and our legacy. So we, at the first opportunity or the first offer, we like sold. Okay, as opposed to, anytime somebody sees value in something, value is whatever somebody's willing to pay. So if somebody finds value in something, more than likely the number is higher than what they present to you. All right. So
teaches.
Hey, I'm only a vessel. But in those instances, we have to put our people on, as opposed to selling or giving away the trade secrets. We need to be sharing with our community.
Correct.
So that everybody can eat.
That's right.
It's very simple.
And it's not hard. Like, and I've always been like, that I would say. So when I was trying to create my t-shirt brand, Spirit Tees, I feel like I wasn't, and it's with anything, I feel like I can't get the help that I need. So you might see other people who are doing it, and then you reach out to them like, hey, how did you do so-and-so, so-and-so? And they'll give you like a surface answer. Oh, I did such and such, such and such. But it's still not the help that you need. And some people will feel like, well, I did all the work. You got to do the work too. Instead of just saying like, you know what, sis, let me help you with this. And so from that, for me, if I know something, I'm going to tell you. Because it shouldn't be that hard. And why? We all can eat. I was having a conversation with somebody today, and she was like, there's a dentist. There are several dentists. There are several grocery stores. There are several different pharmacies. So if everybody has, those things, like, why can't we have the same thing? So if you want to create a t-shirt brand, I'm gonna tell you what I did to do it. You know, if you want to create a podcast, I'm gonna tell you what me and Angie did to do it, because there's room for everybody.
Exactly. And that's listen, we'll go back to what our purposes, our passions are in another episode. But that is so stinking true. Like, people ask me sometimes, okay, so I'm a real estate investor on the side. That's gonna be my chapter 2 career. But anywho, people ask me, how do I do it? And it's really a very simple thing, but people aren't willing to do it. It's so simple, but people aren't willing to do it. And so far with your t-shirts, that has to be mad frustrating, because when you think about how many billions of people are on the planet and how many t-shirts each person, you just saw how many t-shirts I have. You know what I'm saying? The way technology is, it's nothing to ship something anywhere in the world. But whoever you spoke to chooses to keep that information to themselves because they're afraid that you're going to take from them.
And so even when I created, when I created my brand, I feel like I created it because I wasn't seeing like those teas anymore, like positive teas. And then all of a sudden now it's like a fluctuate. Like when you start doing something, then I feel like everybody start doing it around you. But that's okay, because I have a specific brand and I had a specific focus. So my t-shirts say this and they are about this, and your t-shirts may say something different. So you have a different audience than me. And that's okay. Like, my people gonna buy my shirt, they gonna buy your shirt, they gonna buy the person's shirt down the street. Like, we all can do the same thing.
Everybody can eat.
So everybody can be in a real estate game. There's so many people who are flipping houses and stuff. So there's still space and opportunity for you. And just because you tell somebody your trade secret don't mean they gonna take anything from you. So, I feel like we got off into, we always get off into something else, but it just always leads to some good things. But
I feel like it's important. It needs to be said, because again, referring back to something we talked about in the first episode, you have to know when to let people fall away, because they are they drown in your momentum. They are slowing your momentum. And we don't have time for that.
No, we don't.
You know what I'm saying? Either you helping or you're hindering. It's one or the other. Choose one.
That's right.
All right.
So again, friendships are important. That's kind of like why we talked about this as our first topic. But it's very important to, again, just kind of steal away some time, steal away some moments to nurture your friendships. And I always tell people, make sure home is good first, though.
Yeah, for sure.
So again, like, you got to build some foundations first. You may not be able to do it when you first start, but it's important for your peace and your peace of mind that you get out and hang out with your friends.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is it such a thing as having a friendship amongst yourself?
No. You want to talk to yourself?
Queen Beyonce said, what was it? Me, myself, and I, that's all I got in the end. That's what I found out.
Dance break. Angie over here dancing, y'all. If y'all go to our YouTube channel, y'all can see all of that.
It's good.
No, no.
No, okay.
I understand that, because what people feel like is they can't depend on anybody but themselves. Okay, because they've had some broken relationships, they've had some hurt here and there. So that's, to me, why that song is, I think hers was about a relationship. So then she realized it was just, she can only depend on herself.
Yeah, but like when you're in a relationship, sometimes you do think Booski is your best friend.
Yeah,
No? Stay in your lane.
You know what? That's another topic. Because I always feel like people are like, yeah, my husband and he my bestie and da-da-da-da. My husband not my best friend. I love him, but I have friends. I have best friends. He's my husband.
Okay. So you need to stay in your lane. That's what I hear you saying.
Listen.
Everybody stay in your lane.
We keep running out of time. So we might have to come back and do a little bit more with this topic, because I don't know if I'm finished. But for now, y'all know what we want y'all to do. Like, share, comment, turn on your notifications, subscribe to our audio, our podcast, so you can hear us. Spotify, Audible, we are on Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, and Anchor. Okay, y'all, come on.
All right,
let's we all can eat, right? We just talked about that. So help us eat.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
All right.
Love y'all.